Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about patch 11.1.5 of the War Within, and in this video we're going to go through everything coming in 11.1.5, all the different release dates, all the different content. This is going to be a pretty big patch when you look at it, but it is going to be split up into different dates, which we'll go through in this video. But before we jump into that, guys, I do want to give a huge shout out to everyone over on the Patreon. Just started posting over there fairly regularly, so I really appreciate all the support that everyone's given me, and if you want to join us, I'll leave a link down below. Right, so yes, patch 11.1.5 is coming extremely soon, with the release date scheduled for April 22nd in the NA region and April 23rd in the EU. But as alluded to at the start of the video, this patch has various different content coming out over the next couple months, and we will run through all of that in this video. So let's start with a few things which are coming out on patch day, and the big thing here is the Nightfall Outdoor World content. So this is brand new Outdoor World content taking place in Hallowfall and Arshgehet. The main content here is a world event which will take place every hour on the hour in Hallowfall on the western side of the zone. This world event is 10 to 15 minutes with various activities like killing NPCs, clicking things, the kind of regular stuff you'd expect from a world event, and of course you'll be filling the bar and getting various rewards for doing so, and it all culminates with killing a Nerubian boss with the kind of people around you, which is actually pretty cool. It's quite a fun little event, and it is repeatable as well for different amounts of reputation, which we'll talk about in a second. But this world event does have a weekly quest linked to it. The reward for this will give you an emblem which you can use to purchase 636 champion weapons and armor. The appearance of the armor is actually a really nice white recolor of the Arathi armor set, which yeah, looks really good. Beyond the world event, there are daily quests here as well. There are two variants. You have the Radiant incursions, which take place in Arshgehet, and the Sareki incursions, which take place in Hallowfall. These rotate daily, and these are essentially just 3 fill the bar quests around the zone. So every day you'll get your quest, you'll go to the different areas, fill the bar, complete the quest. Completing these daily quests will give you a confiscated cultist bag, which does contain Warbound till equipped veteran gear, item level 623, and the appearance of this is actually the purple coloration of the Arathi set. You also get some various junk you can just sell for gold, and there's a chance of getting the Void Scarred Lynx mount, which is a very cool variant of the Lynx mounts we saw in Season 1. You also get Resonance Crystals and Reputation for a new reputation, and that is the Flames Radiance. Yes, this whole event comes with a brand new renown, and this is the Flames Radiance. This is a 10 level renown with 2,500 reputation per level, and this is obviously gained through completing the world event and the daily quests. The rewards for this renown are really cool. You have 3 tab bars you can get, various toys, new pets, a mount, customizations for the Delver's Dirigible, 10 brand new titles, 1 for each level of renown, and crests and resonance crystals. So there are various rewards which you can get here. One thing that's really interesting about this currently on PTR is that you could do the world event multiple times every hour on the hour and still get reputation from it. However, it is a little bit less. You could also complete the daily quests again on other characters, which will also give you reputation, just be it a little less. So if you really wanted to grind this out extremely quickly, alts are going to be your friends during this. But this is just as of PTR, so perhaps that's not exactly how it's going to work. But yeah, that is the Nightfall content in 11.1.5. Another feature for 11.1.5 coming on patch day is the Cooldown Manager. This is a brand new kind of built-in weak aura of sorts to track all of your cooldowns on your class. This is enabled in the settings and has 4 different sections to it. You could track utility cooldowns, essential cooldowns, tracked buff, and then there's a tracked bars, which gives you a bar for certain buffs and things. Now, this is completely customizable with regards to changing the orientation, the icon direction, the size, the padding, and there are different checkboxes for hiding it when inactive, or timers and tooltips and things like that. The only thing that's kind of not great about this is that you can't customize the buffs that you track, so you literally will track everything, and it doesn't track trinkets, which is kind of strange. So yeah, currently this is obviously the first iteration of this. No doubt this will get changes over time, but it is nice to see some of these kind of weak aura type things coming into the default game. So yeah, that's coming on patch day of 11.1.5. Another thing coming on patch day, however, not lasting that long, is the Winds of Mysterious Fortune XP and reputation buff. So this starts on April 22nd or 23rd, depending on your region, and will run until May 20th. This is a brand new leveling event which will increase your XP gains by 20% from levels 10 to 80. Also as well, you will get some reputation buffs for Dragonflight and War Within. So for Dragonflight reps, your reputation gains will be increased by 200% for the Dragonscale Expedition, the Maruk Centaur, the Ascara Tuskar, the Valdrakken Accord, the Loam Niffin, the Dream Wardens, Sibelian, Rathian, and the Cobalt Assembly. On the War Within side of things, your reputation gains will be increased by 100% for a lot of the Season 1 reps. So you have the Council of Dawn of Gol, the Hallowfall Rathi, the Assembly of the Deeps, the General, the Vizier, and the Weaver. Also during this event, quests and kills in the Dragonels and Khazalgar have a chance to reward mysterious satchels that can contain equipment, cosmetics, and combat and experience potions. The experience potions that could drop are actually 10% increase XP. That does stack with the 20%, and these can be used after the event, so you certainly want to be saving these for like future expansions and things, because they are going to last a long time, and they are warbound until equipped. So yeah, on your ults, if you're leveling them, make sure you're saving those potions, as they're going to be a massive help. You also get different potions in these mysterious satchels, which are just going to help you out a ton by doing different effects, and the armor that you're going to be getting while leveling is a recolor of the Timely Tourist set from the anniversary event. So if you never got that set back then, this is another chance to get that, and of course it's just going to be geared to help you out while leveling. So yeah, just a short, sharp reputation and XP event happening in 11.15. Speaking of reputations, we're also getting the expansion of the Warbound reputations. Many of the Shadowlands reps will be now account-wide. This does not include the Covenant Renowns, as they're not ready reputations, but as of patch day in 11.15, these reputations will become account-wide. That is the Ascended, the Undying Army, the Court of the Harvesters, Venari, the Avowed, Court of Night, the Wild Hunt, Death's Advance, the Archivist Codex, and the Enlightened. So really great to see an expansion of the Warbound reputations into Shadowlands reps. And finally, kind of sticking with reps here, there's going to be a huge buff to the Goblin Cartel reputations. So as of patch day, reputation gains for the Bilgewater, the Blackwater, the Steamweedle, and the Venture Company will be increased by 100% from killing rares, completing side gigs, all the weekly quests, and all of the world quests. So you're going to get a 100% boost on all of those as of 11.15. So yeah, hopefully they're not going to be as painful to complete, but they're still going to be painful to complete. But yeah, certain things are going to get a massive buff with the Goblin Cartels. Another change coming on patch day is that you'll be able to rename your guild from any of the Guildmaster NPCs in major cities. This is going to cost 200,000 gold and has a 1-year cooldown. This was previously done through the websites and GMs and things like that, but yeah, as of 11.15, you can actually do this in-game. Also in 11.15, there are new colorblind options to allow players to customize the colors of rarities of items. Now, this obviously is a personal change, but if you wanted to change your purples to reds, that's something you can do if obviously you are suffering from color blindness, or you could do it for fun if you really want to. But this is a personal change. Other people will not see that you've set these colors. This is literally just a accessibility option for you to help you out if that is something you do need as a default option, which I think is quite nice. And the final thing coming on patch day is updates to the trading post. So on the trading post, you will have a shopping cart functionality where you can just like add multiple things, and then at the end you can just confirm all of your purchases and buy it all at the same time. I can't show you this because the trading post isn't active on the PTR, but you get the idea. You just put stuff in the trading post and then purchase it all like you would in a shop. Okay, moving on into some things which are not going to be there on patch day. So the first thing is an update to Children's Week. Now, we don't know the full details of this as it has not been tested on PTR. We do know there's going to be some new rewards, including some weapon arsenals. So you have the Children's Stormwind Guard weapon set as one of the arsenals, and then the Children's Ogrimmar Guard weapon set. There's also the Wooden Ogrimmar Shield back, and a new battle pet data mine called the Helpful Workshop bot. So yeah, potentially we're going to get some Children's Week stuff, maybe in Dornagol or something like that. But again, not been tested on PTR. These are just kind of data mine rewards that we've seen. Moving on into a big one, Horrific Visions. Yes, Horrific Visions are returning in 11.15 with Horrific Visions Revisited. This starts from May 20th, 2025 and doesn't have an end date. So it looks like it is just going to continue for at least a duration of Season 2, according to some of the tooltips here. Now, these Horrific Visions are extremely similar to the ones that we had in 8.3. So this is still going to be a 1 to 5 player experience happening in Stormwind and Ogrimmar on a weekly rotation. And if you've never done Horrific Visions before, essentially you go into like a corrupted version of Stormwind or Ogrimmar, defeat NPCs and bosses while your sanity bar is slowly draining. You have 4 wings per city and then a main boss with Illyria in Stormwind and Thrall in Ogrimmar. And the rewards of Horrific Visions are based off how many wings and bosses are defeated, as well as the amount of masks that you have equipped, which are essentially like affixes of swords. drops. Now, as said, this is just going to be pretty similar to how it was in 8.3, so if you didn't like it then, you're not going to like it now. There's a new currency called Displaced Corrupted Mementos, which are Warbound, so you can transfer those across your account. But also in 11.15, this is going to be a repeatable experience, so you will not need a key, which is nice, so you can just keep going and going and going. It'll also be based in Dornagol. There's going to be a separate portal, which is the 11.15 version. The actual original version from 8.3 will still be available as well, so if you do want to go back and kind of do it on easy mode, as everything is level 50, you can go back and do that, but this version will also exist alongside it. As well, in 11.15, you will have an NPC companion. This is not Bran, this is a vision of Siradormi, which can be a tank, healer, or DPS, if you'd like to choose that. So that's very helpful for solo players, or people who just want to do it with a little bit of extra help in their group. The mask system from 8.3 is returning, but there are now 8 masks, up from 5, and you have to unlock all of them again, but they're not too hard to unlock, really. And basically, yeah, the more masks you equip, the harder the run becomes, but also the better the rewards. So kind of what you want to be aiming here for is just wearing up to 5 masks to get the best rewards possible. There's also a talent tree. This is very similar to the previous talent tree we had. This uses a new currency to unlock different like advantages and things during your runs. So like sanity orbs, so damage increases and damage taken reductions, or reduces the sanity drain, or your amount of sanity being increased. Just different things that are going to help you out during your horrific vision runs to make them less horrific. As of PTR, this does have a 3-week cadence of unlocks, so this is going to be time gated a little bit, it seems, but again, that's not been 100% confirmed by Blizzard. It just seemed like that's what it was on PTR, so we'll have to see what happens there. In regards to gear rewards, this is extremely good for solo and small group players. So rewards are given once per week per difficulty. So if you do like a 2-mask run, you could get the reward from the 2-mask run every single week. The gear you can get from Horrific Visions is Veteran, Champion, and Hero Track. You can get 2 pieces of Hero Track gear a week from running a 4 and 5-mask run. So make sure you're doing that if you are gearing up. All of this gear can be catalyzed as well, so you can get some tier set appearances from that, and you can get crests from these going all the way up to Gilded Crests, which is awesome. There are different weapons you can also purchase from a vendor, all the way up to Hero Track as well, and these vendors also have an item which makes all of your future Veteran and Champion drops in Horrific Visions Warbound, which is huge for gearing ults in the future. So yeah, some really good gearing from this thing. So unfortunately, if you are a small group player or someone that just really does delves, this is going to be kind of the thing you're going to be doing for gearing in 11.15 from May 20th. Also returning are corruptions in the form of enchants. These are enchants on your head. There are lesser and greater versions of these, which are unlocked through a pretty simple quest, and it is an account-wide unlock once you've completed that quest. The different corruptions coming back are Echoing Void, Infinite Stars, Twilight Devastation, Gushing Wound, Twisted Appendage, and Void Ritual. As of the recording this, they're not simming so great. They have done a massive buff to them recently, so we will have to see how impactful these are going to be going into Season 2 content. More importantly, there are a ton of cosmetic rewards you can also get from this, including all of the rewards from 8.3, so you can purchase the Wicked Swarm Mount, the Black Dragon Scale Backpack, a transmog of the Legendary Cloak from 8.3 as well, which is cool. But there are also new items like the Corruption of the Aspects mount you can purchase, the Scourge of the Aspects pet, a Bronze Dragon Scale Backpack transmog, and a recolor of the Mythic set from Nyalotha. All of the gear from Horrific Visions has this appearance anyway, but you can buy cosmetic versions as well if you haven't had any luck with drops. Speaking of drops, there are various different drops cosmetics as well. You have 4 new pets. You have the Eye of Chaos, the Void Scarred Parrot, the Void Scarred Scorpid, and the Void Scarred Toolstrider chick, as well as various mounts which can be unlocked through like small secrets and things. I'll have a full video about that nearer the time, but the mounts you can get are the Void Fire Death Cycle, the Nesting Swarmite, the Void Scarred Griffin, the Void Forged Stallion, the Void Scarred Pack Mother, and the Void Scarred Windrunner. So yeah, lots of different mounts you can get from this, which is really great, and actually some of them are super fun to unlock as well. There are also a ton of achievements as you'd expect from this event, so loads of stuff happening with Horrific Visions Revisited. I have a full video going over it, which is a lot longer than what I just explained, so if you do want to check that out, I'll leave a link down below to all the kind of relevant videos to this patch. But Horrific Visions coming back, really good for some, really bad for others, but very much a decent gearing method for a lot of people. And finally, there is another limited time event happening during 11.15, and this is Dastardly Duos. This starts on June 3rd and will run till July 15th, so this is a 6-week event. This game mode is a 1 to 5 player experience, which is cross-faction, and has NPC companions to help you out. These are the same as the Follower Dungeon NPCs if you do need some help or don't have any friends or whatever. The hub for this event takes place in Dornagol, Stormwind, and Orgrimmar, and this is shown on the map when it is active. This event essentially essentially is a boss rush mode where you're taking on bosses from the past and trying to get as many rewards as you can, doing it as fast as you can, getting as many points as you can. This is a queued for experience, which you can do as many times as you like, which is nice. But the actual event itself, once you're ported in, takes place in the arena area in Undermine. A basic Dastardly Duos match goes like this. So you have a 5-minute timer. This is shown at the top of the screen, and you can increase the time actually with different items that come from duos, which is kind of nice. And the aim here is to get the highest possible score. There's no particular reason for this. You're not going to get like a, better items or anything like that, but really it is just for bragging rights. And there are different areas of the map that can give you higher scores. So if you kill bosses and NPCs in like a big circle, you can get double the score and things like that. You could also have items which spawn more bosses, which can get you a higher score. But essentially, yes, you want to run in, kill the trash, kill the props, and then the bosses will start spawning in twos. There are different bosses from WoW's past which will spawn here. There are 10 potential bosses which can spawn. You have Glubtok from the Dead Mines, Foe Reaper from the Dead Mines, Baron Silverlane from Shadowfang Keep, Lord Walden from Shadowfang Keep, Rattlegore from Scholarments, Watchkeeper Gargomar from Hellfire Ramparts, Brogok from the Blood Furnace, Hydromancer Thespia from the Steam Vaults, Mechanir Steamrigger from the Steam Vaults, and Chronoloord Epoch from the Culling of Strathone. So bosses from Vanilla, TBC, and Wrath are going to be spawning during this event, which is fun. And they all have their different mechanics and things. Obviously, they're not super complicated, but yeah, they're going to be in there. But once 2 bosses are killed, 2 more will spawn, and then the game ends once they all die. The score that you get here is based off of like the damage that you do, the speed that you do it, and the amount of deaths that you have. So yeah, kind of fun if you just want to kind of mess around in like an arcade style mode, just to get as many points as you can to show off in front of your friends. This does give gear rewards, however. You will get some Warbound to equip veteran gear at item level 632 from each win, and then weekly you'll get a 645 champion piece from the weekly quest for completing a Dastardly Duos mode. Also, every week you will have a new weekly quest which will give different rewards. On week 1 you get the Dastardly Banner toy. On week 2 you get the Winner's Podium toy, which is a toy where you can kind of hop on and show off your score and things like that. Week 3 you'll get the Spicy Mean Ball pet. On week 4 you get an update to the Winner's Podium toy. On week 5 you get the Tyrannotort mount, which is an awesome looking turtle mount. And then on week 6 you get an update to your Winner's Podium toy. There are tons of achievements linked to this event as well, which will give you different upgrades to increase your high scores. So what you really want to do here is just play as much as you can and have fun with it, but it is completely optional. You don't need to do it, and the gearing is not all that great, to be honest. So yeah, just a bit of fun on the side there for 6 weeks in June. But yeah, that's it, guys. That is 11.15. A bit of a weird patch in regards to timings. Like, you get quite a bit on patch day, but then, you slowly get more and more with Horrific Visions and Dastardly Duos, Children's Week, things like that. Let me know what you think of that kind of like weird patch cadence of not having everything on patch day. Maybe it's a bit overwhelming to have all of this stuff on patch day. I'm not really sure. I think we'll probably get 11.17 during Dastardly Duos as well, potentially. We'll have to see what happens there. But guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon, and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And also I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within, Season of Discovery, any sort of WoW, over on twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.